Hello again, everybody. Hope you are well on this Sunday morning. It is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there. Hope you have a good day. All right, I got several things to cover. They're off the chain. The Democrats and the y'all, I don't know what's happened to their minds, but and I'll say this probably more than once in this video, is God help us if and when they get back in power, y'all. God help us. I'm going to go into that. Also, some other important news items as well. Some observations of ours so far this weekend, going out to a few of the large chain stores and food stores, just to kind of give you, kind of an overall impression. And I have a terrific passage I will share with you towards the end of this video that you will, I'm sure you will appreciate. I would think most will appreciate it. It is a dark day here, y'all. It's like, this is the second day in a row, third day in a row, where it has been very cloudy, rainy, wet. It hadn't rained that much today. We were supposed to get a lot more in the next day or so. But it didn't get out of the 50s yesterday, and it might reach 60s. It might reach 60 degrees here today, but I'm fine with it. I am not complaining. I'm not going to complain about temperature, because before long here, we're going to be like, 90 plus with subtropical Georgia, North Georgia humidity stacked on top of that. Fun times. So it's coming. So enjoy the coolness while we can. That's the way I'm looking at it, y'all. I'm gonna still get out the grill and grill some good food later on today. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, off the chain, man. I mean, y'all. There's two stories that just stick out to me. The first, I'm gonna lower one on you here. You might have already heard about it. And I have some other news stories I'm going to kind of throw in there. And I hadn't even mentioned the Pope yet. We got a new Pope. I'll start with that. Okay. New Pope, Pope Leo is what he's called now. I forgot his real name, like Robert or something like that. But he's an American, apparently, from Chicago. So an American Pope, which is, I didn't expect it. I did not expect that at all. But Pope Leo, I think the 14th, I think is what they're calling him now. I haven't heard much from this guy yet. So we'll see. I mean, I think he's like 68, 69 years old. So if he's in good health, this guy may be around for quite a while. So I hope he's pretty good. I mean, I'm not even Catholic, but I hope he's just a good Pope, I did see something where he was warning of the dangers of artificial intelligence and this impact on humans and Christians and such. So, believers. Yeah, I agree there. Now I've heard both. I've heard all kind of things, I haven't heard from him. I haven't really heard him speak, or made the time to hear him speak or do a lot. He's not well known, but I've heard that he's woke. I've heard that he's pretty traditional as far as most things. So I've heard both sides. I heard he's that, or I've heard he's traditional, and I've heard he's very woke. So I don't know. I mean, the main thing is that he preaches Jesus, right? The fundamentals, the faith. Anyway, that's just my thoughts so far on him. Okay, this story, ICE. I can believe this, actually. This happened on Friday, I believe. Several representatives, Democrat Congress persons, whatever you want to call them, stormed the gates of an ICE facility, immigration control facility. 3 lawmakers were outside the facility with a group of protesters when the gates opened to allow an ICE bus to come in. So then the lawmakers then rushed through the gates past security along with this crowd of protesters, the mayor of Newark, I'm not even going to say his name, it's not even important. The mayor of Newark, New Jersey was arrested at the ICE facility, detention facility, where these members of Congress stormed the gate, demanding that they be allowed to conduct an quote unquote oversight visit. So you don't make an appointment or ask or go through the channels. You just feel entitled enough and insane enough where you're just going to show up with a crowd of protesters and just force your way in. Now, they tried this, remember, earlier in the year, if I'm not mistaken, at the Department of Education. And they were thwarted. They were thwarted there, and they were so frustrated. So this is the hill they're going to make their stand on? Violent, criminal, illegal aliens? That's what they're choosing? I mean, if I were a Democrat, I sure wouldn't choose that hill. There's other hills you could probably make a better case on, right? You're going to choose this one? So you're trying to take up for the violent criminals, gang members who are not even here legally. So there's several issues there over your citizens. Because if somebody's here in the country against the law, and on top of that, they're here to do harm to your constituents and your citizens, you're going to storm, you're going to risk breaking the law for that? Apparently so. Apparently they did. I mean, the mayor was arrested. I saw a little bit of video about it, or they were several of these pitiful lawmakers were trying to shield this mayor. It didn't work for very long. I mean, they just peeled them off like a skin of an onion, and arrested this dude. Somebody who said, as always, Democrats are prioritizing the welfare of illegal aliens over American citizens, except now they crossed the line between meaningless political street theater and outright breaking the law. Where's the outrage? Yeah, where's the outrage? Let's see. But yeah, that's the gist of it. God help us. Lord help us if and when these people, I could say a lot worse. Man, I could. I'm not going to. These people, demons, get in power. Get back in power. I mean, like in the majority. Heaven forbid the presidency, which they probably will. I'm sure they will. If and when that happens, they'll double down on what we've seen the past 4 years, and then some. You can bank on it, because they're more than just off the chain. There's some kind of possession. It's some kind of possessed with something. I don't know, evil. That's the only way I can rationalize. I can't really rationalize it, but I don't understand it. It just doesn't make sense in my mind. Also, kind of related to it, there was a Rasmussen poll recently, that in the poll, the people who, and I say people lightly, who identify as liberal. Now, once upon a time, liberal didn't mean insane. It just meant that you had different views, and, we disagree with it. And heck, I agree with some of it. I mean, but not all of it, of course. But nowadays, it's a whole different thing. Nowadays, 80%, according to this one poll, 80% of people who identify as liberal believe that Elon Musk should be in prison. Throw him in prison. No trial, no, I don't know, what do you call it? No due process. No due process. Just throw him in prison. But if it's some people, they'll talk about due process, but not for people on the other side of things. I mean, the guy who started really, or has the electric car company, and a year or so ago they were telling you need to buy these and drive them, and now he's hated. It's pure hate. It's almost like all their hate for Trump hasn't. I mean, it's still there, but they took a piece of that, a good piece of it, and put it on Elon Musk. 80% feel that he should just be in prison. Again, God help us, if and when they get into power. Think about that. Think about that, really. Let that sink in. Yeah. Earthquake. I was going to mention that to begin with. Earthquake. Who felt the earthquake? We felt it here. There was an earthquake. I know it's old news probably. This happened yesterday, over 24 hours ago. But a little after 9 a.m., there was an earthquake, 4.1 on the magnitude scale. I know that's small potatoes to you California folks and other folks out there, other areas. However, it's big for us. 4.1 in Tennessee, eastern Tennessee, just south of Knoxville, if I remember right. But yes, we felt that here. It was felt in all the surrounding states of Tennessee. But it was a little after 9. I was in a chair, and my chair definitely rumbled and rocked. It's not a rocking chair. Okay. Mrs. Dog was walking in the other part of the house, and she said she didn't feel it, but she was moving at the time. It lasted, about 5 seconds or so. But we heard it, too. It's like a rumble. It's almost, at first I thought it was a thunder. Like, when you hear a real loud thunderstorm, and that loud thunder just comes down, and the house seems like it shakes. That's what I thought at first, but I'm like, there's no thunderstorms around here. I'm like, that's an earthquake. I was like, Miss Dolly, that was an earthquake. She goes, what? Anyway, but she didn't feel it. She was moving. But yeah, we felt it pretty good, actually. I did. A lot of people did. Anyway, there's a lot. That's not real common here, but it's not super unusual. It happens. There's a lot of fault lines, or fault, however you want to call it, in our area, in Appalachia, in the Appalachian region, and we're in that region, just barely. We're on the southern end of it, but we felt something similar. I don't think it was that strong, but we felt a similar one. I don't know, 9-10 years ago. Might have been longer than that. We were living in a different town, not too far from here, but it felt very similar to that. Anyway, let me know. Did you feel the earthquake? What do you think about it? They say we could have aftershocks, but I haven't noticed anything yet. India, Pakistan. According to reports yesterday that I saw, there was a ceasefire worked out with the United States, Trump administration kind of spearheading that. And they all agreed to a ceasefire. Now, this morning I saw reports where both India and Pakistan are accusing each other of violating that ceasefire. I haven't seen an update in the last few hours, so we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully that just stops. The ceasefire holds and they come to some agreement or work something out. Let's see, what else? United States and Chinese delegations are holding trade talks this weekend. They did hold meetings yesterday in Switzerland. They're supposed to continue today. Now, Trump has said that as of yesterday, said they've been very good meetings so far. We are working towards or trying to work out the interesting choice of words. We're trying to work out a total reset. He might have should have used a different term there, but total reset. That's interesting. But anyway, we'll see what happens there. All right. And this was another interesting update I saw where I saw this morning, Deputy Director Dan Bongino, first I think we've heard from him, Deputy Director of the FBI, Dan Bongino, who works with Kash Patel, gave an update. He said that their main thing right now is they're focusing most of their attention on the non-citizens that are in the country illegally, that are criminals. They'll get the criminal element out that we can. He said if you're in the country illegally and you're here to do harm to citizens, your days are numbered. He said we're getting you out. We're going to remove you. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Also, as far as citizens, non-citizens, it don't matter. Crime versus children, trafficking, you name it, any crime against children and such, they're really targeting a lot and taking down a lot of people. That's good too. That's one of the lowest of the low, I would think, if not when you prey on children. That's horrible. All right, so get them out, lock them up, or get them out if they're here legally. All right. In the stores, we noticed yesterday. We went to several places. Pretty normal overall, from my point of view. People, I don't know if it's the weather. People look pretty drab. I mean, I didn't see many smiles at all. Of course, when you're having to buy food nowadays in grocery stores, been like that for a while, but it's even worse now. Nobody's smiling much at that. No, I don't know. Nobody's smiling. Nope. Not at all. So I noticed that was the biggest thing to me. Also, and I've noticed this for a while now, but it don't matter what chain store it is. I've noticed around here where we live, especially, is that the employees are old. I mean, like older than us, kind of old. They're either one or the other. They're either old, bless them, or they're very, very young, don't know what they're doing. Seems like very little in between. But the way I look at the old is that several different things is they're probably the most reliable. They're gonna be there, and they may be there because they have to, because they need to work at least part time. Or they don't have to necessarily work, and it just keeps them going. They enjoy it because most of them are very good with customer service. Overwhelming majority of good customer service is coming from an old person. That's just my observations. For the most part, I mean, not all of them. I mean, I have a neighbor that I think he still does. He's over 70. I know he's over 70 at least. He might be into the 70s. Stock shelves at the local Kroger. He likes it. Keeps him going. Hey, keeps him moving. So go for it. I don't know if they might need to financially. I don't know. I don't think. But I don't know. Who knows? But he said it keeps me going. It keeps me going. I like it. All right. What else? I think those are the major points. I'm going to go do a passage here in a moment. I'm looking over my notes here. All right. I don't want to keep you too long. Oh, I'm going over 15 minutes here. Okay, here we go. Passage. We are in Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 30, and maybe verse 30, 31. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Give her the reward she has earned, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. Amen and amen about that. I'm blessed to still have my mother living, and I'm gonna see how she's gonna check on her a little bit later today. She's still kicking at, gosh, I don't know, what is she, 85, 86? She's about to go on 86, I believe. Anyway, but still trucking along. So I'm very blessed with that. Mrs. Dog also is a terrific mother, so bless her as well. All the mamas. All right, share your thoughts. Still in a weekend. Let's be safe out there. Be alert. God bless y'all. I'll see you soon.